One Piece chapter 1115 titled Continental Fragments. And boy oh boy don't we learn a bunch in this chapter. Well, technically it's more added layer too, but this confirms what I've been saying. But everyone in this chapter around the world that's Vegapunk is broadcasting, everybody's seen this. So we don't know who's that's another thing too. We mixed opinions. Like I said, some people notice the difference and some people do know the difference around the world, like certain changes. Then some people know that Vegapunk isn't lying. That's why I can say it too. And there's evidence to back that claim up. And some people take it as, oh, this old man is just spouting nonsense out of nowhere. Just like, what the hell? But anyways, cutting back to one of the islands around the world, the flower capital of Wano. So here we are. It's hard to believe this foreign transmission is reaching us. We found the snail and the cows in Orochi's possessions. And then you have Vegapunk continuing on what he says. Now, you may be wondering how he came to be known as a pirate. And Kazuki Oden's son says, so, you were a pirate, JoyBoy? Just like Luffy. You know him, my lord? Cuts back to other prison and the jail cell at G4 Naval Base. JoyBoy, who cares? I bet he could easily be him, right, Captain Kidd? And you just see, don't you remember Pirate One? I think that is the same pirate group that's trying to pose as Luffy's Straw Hats pirates. A little bit was it doppelgangers, fakes, basically, to get fame and fortune. Yeah, it was one of those sorry excuses. Anyways, they start saying, the man's already dead. That's our captain. The only thing bigger than his confidence is his belly. Yeah, I'm clearly a million times tougher than Joy Toy. It's JoyBoy Boss. Demo Black, which I think that's the fake pirate's name. Anyways, that does confirm another thing too. JoyBoy used to be a pirate, which that's kind of signified. I wonder if that's the big hat that's been sitting in Eames' little freezer back there. Anyways, Vegapunk continues. Do bear in mind, I only have access to a handful of poneglyphs, which I mentioned last chapter too, that is probably the regular poneglyphs are telling a little bit of history than the red poneglyphs. So there's difference. But their combined narrative clearly chronicles an unbelievable history about a great war in a distant past. Which, this might be interesting. So pay attention to everybody's reaction, because especially the five Goroseis, their reaction or like, oh, their rampage on top of that. Well, not rampage per se, trying to eliminate and find the source of the broadcast and cut it off. So you basically have East Gorosei trying to do their own job, but now they're kind of like panicky almost, because once Vegapunk gets out to what the government says, it's over. Which that's the funny thing about this chapter. During that period, JoyBoy faced an enemy, the organization known as the World Government. Boom. Hit the nail on the head, didn't I? And one of the Navy says, wait, isn't that us? Well, he did say he was a pirate. But they don't know though. Back then, they were merely the Allied powers. And you just see one of the Gore say Vegapunk. And so it's the Boar yokai too. One of the anyways. A temporary coalition consisting of 20 separate kingdoms. And you just see Saint J just go on a rampage. Just had the blood vein popping too on top of that. So he's just fighting every single transponder snail and just killing them left and right, based on what I'm trying to say. Vegapunk continues. It can be assumed that an alliance was the only feasible way to oppose a formidable faction to which JoyBoy belonged. But you see a panel of the 20 families, or the war government, as we say, Allied forces, and you just see Gear 5th JoyBoy, and I mean Gear 5th, and I say Gear 5th because that's what Luffy is, and JoyBoy is in right now, in the back of the voice entry, fighting the world government. Which that's funny how JoyBoy, which that's another thing. I wonder how by himself can JoyBoy really fight 20 kingdoms. I wonder who the leaders are back then. Wait, it's one quick off that tangent real quick. I'm afraid that the cause of this conflict still eludes me, so I do not presume to judge the mortality of the combatants. I can, however, say that this war was a clash of two opposing ideologies. Pay attention to what he says. Vegapunk says ideologies. So I can imagine JoyBoy had his ideology. His, I think, is freedom, and the 20 families, or the 20 kingdoms, had their ideology. So they're kind of saying who's right and wrong, basically. What I'm trying to say, your way of freedom, that's just, we need order in this world. Oh, order? Why order? Yeah, right. We don't need order in this world. We need freedom. We are free to do whatever we want. I guess the two factions just looked at each other, just deadlocked, and said, oh, well, we might as well just fight it out then, huh? I guess so. Then they started fighting. They're here, and here we are. Anyways, I mentioned earlier that JoyBoy was born into a fantastical civilization. Comes back to Zo New World. Zanisha, basically. One so advanced that it is hard to believe it existed over 900 years ago. They're talking about the ancient weapons. Mind you, the ancient weapons, or the three ancient weapons, are kind of overpowered and it can wipe out an island. Don't know how much firepower are we talking about, but I'm guessing, is it the kind of firepower as in just like the Mother Flame? Is that what we talking about? That can punch a hole in the ocean? Are we talking about that kind of weapons? But who knows? Only Vegapunk knows, or the past knows. The weapons that existed during this century-long struggle are far beyond our modern science. And you just see Carrot and the Musketeers listening too. One of them says, that's amazing. And then comes back to the rest of the part of the world. You see, damn. I can believe Oda still keeps him in, like, Silver Foxy. You remember him? Yeah. Foxy? Really? Is he? I guess. Anyways, what's that peanut-headed fool saying? "Oh, boss, you making me hungry." So, he's so big-headed. I forgot about Foxy. I don't know why he's even canon in this manga or in the anime in the first place. Nobody remembers him. He's not even in the, in. They don't even show him on the anime no more. Comment down below if you like Foxy or do you even remember Foxy? Period. Anyways, Vegapunk continues. Such technology is baffling even to a genius such as myself. And therein lies our problem. Well, first problem. We'll just call it as it is. That's the first problem. Cuts back to the laboratory. And you just see Stussy sitting in the lab trying to finish her last mission. And Kaku's there too. Injured. Still injured, by the way. And Edison contacts Stussy. It's me. Stussy is me. Lower the barrier and hightail it out of there. So he says, I can't. What if something happens to Straw Hats? Well, let me just tell you this. It is imperative that everybody leaves that island. Because, for one, you got the first problem, really, is the world government and the 5 Elder Stars are on that island trying to kill you and eradicate you and shut this whole damn thing down. Basically what I'm trying to say. They're trying to shut this whole shit down. And second problem, you need to get off that island and reach where Shanks is. Once you reach to Elbath, that's Shanks territory. I'll call it as it is. That island, Elbath, is Shanks territory. Now, you could say, oh, is that really Shanks territory? Yes. If Shanks, one of the emperors, is on that island, yes, that is his island. That means he's strong enough to get there. That means he's strong enough to be on there. Dorian Broggy, I'm pretty sure Shanks sent them to go pick up Luffy, bring him here. If the world government comes on this island, my flag is on it, property. They step over the line, we come through, fuck them up, done. And I'm betting you, even if you bring, that's another thing, even if you bring the 3 admirals in to face Shanks, you will have a bunch of shit. We'll just call that as it is. That is a lot of enemy you gotta bring. Oof. That's a war right there. Now that's Ragnarok right there. And the world government coming full force plus the 5 elders. Ragnarok. Right there. Anyways, that's enough what I'm saying. I'm gonna be straight with you. There ain't no point in the barrier no more. Not when there are monsters on this island who can ignore it. Where she's talking about the 5 elders, which in fact they are monsters. One, Luffy is not able to put a dent in there to their defenses. 2, they got crazy regenerative powers. And 3, their hockey is above Luffy's. Unless Luffy can come up with a strategy or a power or a add-on gear that can punch through the hardest hockey or penetrate the defenses. Which we ain't gonna get to that point when we get to Elbaf. So I'm thinking when the Straw Hats get onto Elbaf, they will get another power boost. I would say that much. Everybody's gonna get a power boost next arc. I'm betting you too, because that's the land of giants. And the giants got a lot of power. So when Luffy gets on that island, that's gonna be a power boost, guaranteed. Anyways, next panel. We done all, Edison goes on, we done all we can for him, so I'm sure they make it out somehow. I mean, it's already been proven that even Oda says, oh, they're going to Elbath. Yeah. Anyways, Nami calls to the Jinbei Zoro. How much longer, Jinbei? My apologies. We're almost there. And there's nothing to apologize for. We're busy. Which they're handling Saint Saturn at the moment. At the moment. Is that you, Zoro? You're gonna get it later. Which Zoro, you should have been with the rest of them. But anyways, hurry up. They're moving their ships to blockade the northeast coast. And you just see the war government ships are surrounding the northeast coast, making a blockade so they won't have to escape. Now, as if you now get your ass out of there. So now then, Edison looks beat up. So I'm guessing Edison is going to stay there with the Purge, along with the rest of them too. So, well, that's kind of, I don't know. If Edison's, well, you know what? We'll go ahead and cancel that. Now then, in the other panel, Susie says, now that Stella's gone, who am I meant to live for? I have no purpose. Haku hears that and shocked about it. He said, no purpose, huh? Now in the next panel, you just see the rest trying to handle Samurai Gandhi, which their family miserably. Don't let him use his sword. The Gizzy can cut anything, which I didn't even know that. He can cut anything. Is that because his sword technique, or is it because of his mythical Zoom fruit? Anyways, you see him start using it, get serious. Sense the living voices. Bonnie, get down and you just see this big slice in this panel. How big is the slice? That slice is so take Zoro's 360 caliber Phoenix and double that, or no, times 20. Double that and times 20, which is bigger than that. And she's able to dodge that by Bonnie shrinking her body to a kid again, which if that connected, Bonnie we might be having a second Gojo on our hands. Except it's a female. And that cut and that slice one of the ships in half, or heads of the ships in half. Clean. It was a clean cut. I would just say that. It was a clean cut. Anyways, next panel, I can't maintain the story feature for long. Coming back to what Vegapunk saying. The Void Century ended with JoyBoy's defeat. And now you just see two panels. It's the giant robot that raided Miri's wall a long time ago, and Zanisha. I'm betting they're having flashbacks of that defeat. And then you see Samurai Gandhi rush up in the sky saying, how much do you intend to save, Vegapunk? And one of the giants is concerned. He's leaving. And Samurai Gandhi, I'll be honest with you, is when I say his Zoro, that 360 caliber Phoenix Zoro's technique is take that as a stronger version, I wasn't joking. There are too many life forms up here. So Samurai Gandhi jumps up, right? Prepares his sword, swings his sword, and somehow, some way, that sword split the island apart. Well, not split the island apart, but he sliced up horizontally, by the way, apart. So it's cut in half, what I'm trying to say. He cut the damn island in half, or one of the islands in half. The top part, one of the stratums. He cut one of the stratums apart, and everybody's shocked about this, including the Seraphim. No, what the hell was that? And you just see everybody falling out of the sky because Samurai Gandhi sliced the stratum apart in half. And now everybody's falling. Now, Vegapunk is saying, but the aftermath had the grander consequences. The wake of that ancient conflict scarred the world, and those scars never healed. We all know travel between islands can be externally difficult. extremely difficult. The seas one must traverse are so vast and perilous, most people are content to live and die at their place of birth, never experiencing any culture other than their own. And the ancient world was swallowed by the ocean. We are now living atop of the remnants continental fragments, as the title suggests, viewers or my viewers, of the island masses that once were. So, ooh, that's hard to take in. So basically, I'm guessing the war that happened in the void century was so bad, which I don't know if the water levels rose up so much that it kind of rose to the point where the water level rose up, and now I don't want to explain it. Explain it later at the end of this chapter, which we're almost there. That is common knowledge to us now, but it wasn't like that 1,000 years ago. A cataclysmic ecological disaster occurred during the void century. The world a millennia ago sleeps unseen at the bottom of the ocean. Everybody's shocked about this. It comes back to the Revolutionary Army and Zoro's hometown too. And I gotta say, while Sabo or everybody else listening to this, you got Sabo in his panel and he just listened to that and it says nothing. And I bet you he's thinking, because everything he learned and saw with his own 2 eyes and ears too, he was listening at where the 5 elders are in the throne room, mind you, and survived the mother flame, by the way. I bet his mind is thinking, well, shit, you know what? I believe Vegapunk. Because you know why? Because the shit that the 5 elders were saying in that damn throne room and how they can tank a fire fist from my blast, from my fist, and still come out uninjured. Oh yeah, I believe everything. Yeah, of course. And there was a blast that took out the whole damn island. You damn right I'm gonna believe that. And I totally agree with feel the same way as Sabo. I mean, you gotta think, Sabo is one lucky ass brother that Luffy to have. I can say that much. But Sabo is really damn lucky. I don't know how he did it, but he survived the 5 elders. Mind you, that was the 5 elders. And they revealed their true form. And he survived the Mother Flame and somehow came out of that shit not unscathed, with a few injuries, a lot of injuries. That's not like major injuries, but minor injuries that's like able to fix and shit. But you just see, I feel Sabo on this one. Like, yeah, all the things I heard and seen, yeah, I believe it. Yeah. Bet your Vippy. Okay. It continues too. And this takes to Nami's hometown too. I know it's hard to believe on my word alone, but there really were multiple vast continents back then. Vegapunk says continents, but where they're now, the water. Either that or the water government sinked them. Not sinked them, but they're gone. Exploded or imploded, wherever's which one. And now cuts back to Vegapunk. This change in the world helps explain how a century of history could be censored. A feat that seems nigh impossible, but it makes sense when you consider the undeniable conclusion all the data points to. Within a mere century, the average sea level rose by a staggering 200 meters. And same reaction too. What? You're kidding? 200 meters? Unbelievable. I thought it was just like 100 meters that it rose. But then again, a warship only 60 meters tall. And this is where everybody thinks Vegapunk is just capping at this point. 200 meters? Now, Sakura Kingdom's Chopper's hometown. Is that really possible? And now everybody's, even around the world, everybody's reacting to this. Random bystander brings up, that mountain is around 200 meters. You're saying something that tall would be submerged? That's awful. How many people died? Now, 200 meters. At 200 meters, if that's the case, now, well, I'm going to discuss this. I'll discuss this after this chapter. My final thoughts, as it may. That begs the question, how and why did such a flood occur? Naturally, your first inclination might be to assume it was some kind of natural disaster. Pay attention to this one, folks. However, I can say for certain that it was no such thing. It was a man-made calamity. And if this catastrophic was brought about by natural means, the world would be, or there would be records denoting early warning signs several centuries earlier, which it wasn't. It was a severe world altering event after all, but all my research into meteorology, geology, and ecology, hope I'm saying that right, and atmospheric science confirmed that there was no such natural buildup. Vegapunk continues. It is impossible for such a drastic change to happen spontaneously within the span of mere 100 years, meaning the cause of lies elsewhere. My suspicions were confirmed a few days ago when I analyzed the world's current sea levels. And the three elders, or the five elders, stopped and listened. This would be hard to accept, but that disaster 800 years ago was caused by ancient weapons technology capable of sinking the world. And that very same firepower individually still exists, just waiting to be used again. In other words, the Great War which ravaged the world during the void century is still going. And in the last panel cuts back to Eam in his garden, which we still don't know why his eyes is still in a silhouette. It shows his eyes as he looks up. The genius sheds light on a forgotten history. Chapter end. So, here are my final thoughts on this chapter. So, where to start? Like I said, the sea levels are still rising. I mean, now that Vegapunk dropped this information, everybody's thinking he's just a mad scientist and just spinning nonsense. Some others are still, well, how can I say this? They're still believe Vegapunk. And like I said before, Sabo, after what Sabo seen, Sabo is 100% on board with Vegapunk saying. Because this shit that the world government said in the throne room, on top of the thing he just used, the war government just used on the Lucia kingdom. Yeah, I can just assume Sabo just said, yep, I believe it. I won't keep listening though, but I believe it. Yeah, 100% Vegapunk, 100%. Now 200 meters is a lot. So that being the case, 200 meters, someone else said it too. 200 meters is around the mountain. That mountain is around 200 meters. So something that high will submerge. Now, so how much meters are we talking about? Because last chapter said every 5 days, if I haven't got that wrong, a meter will rise. So that's concerning, to say the least. So I'm waiting on for them to use the Mother Flame, either the Mother Flame or destroy it. But if they do destroy it, then I already said in my other video too, which I will link. But Jesus Christ, if they actually destroy that, I don't know what would come result. That would have been a massive blow to the government, and would cause another hole in the sea too. So there we go, endless abyss, but bigger. As for the ancient weapons, the government, I'm pretty sure Robin already knows the location of all the ancient weapons. So if they get their hands on Robin, or even kill her, more like kill her, because she knows too much. Second, she has the location of the ancient weapons, by the way. She knows them, and she knows the location. And third, her boundary is too damn high. After this arc, Luffy and Robin's boundary is gonna go. Robin's boundary is probably gonna be up there with Luffy's. Cause if that's not the case, then I don't know why they don't put her bounty up there with Luffy's. Cause it's getting to the point where Robin's role in this might become important enough, just like Luffy. Cause she knows the ancient weapon and the location, and she can read poneglyphs too. That's a risk that you brought, that's a natural disaster you just brought to the crew. Basically, you're the one, you gotta protect her, and second, you hometown. Anyways, what else my final thoughts on this, because it's a lot to take in. I mean, like I said before, beginning this video, mixed opinions, but you do got a bunch of people from different parts of the world, including islands that Luffy visited and other islands. You just got everybody just with mixed opinions, thinking Vegapunk is just spouting nonsense and just don't take this seriously. But when shit hits the fan, everybody's gonna take it seriously. It's like, wait a minute, something just ain't right. Oh, is it what Vegapunk just said about the sea level rising true? Yeah, but then again, that's a hard pill to swallow. See, even a normal person would hear that and see that, like, oh, that's just a bunch of bullshit. But if you have somebody like Kizaru or more common sense people that been noticing strange shit that's going on around the world, and to see the water difference in the world, what I'm trying to say, like they're the type of people who will take Vegapunk seriously and just like, oh, so this is what Vegapunk is talking about. I did notice some stuff going on. If he's talking about the earthquake, for example, last chapter, the earthquake with Smoothie, by the way, if he's talking about the earthquake, then that's serious. That's pretty serious, because if that earthquake is related to the sea level rising, that's not good. That's not good. So what else? I mean, Edison really did emphasize on get everybody out of there, including you, Stussy. Just get the hell out of there, because if you get caught or get killed here, or let the Straw Hats get killed here, all the things we did for them is just gonna go up in smoke. And it's like, just everyone, including you, Stussy, get the hell out of here. Just get off this island. Because if you don't get out this island, all our efforts here will be in vain, is what Edison is trying to say. So you gotta leave this island along with the Straw Hats. And Edison, I will agree with him too, because you got everybody on this island, just everyone, and you got monsters like the five elders on there, on that island, rampaging throughout the damn island, and it's strong as hell too. Goes to show you why they call the five elders and the devil fruits, because clearly they had mastered the devil fruits. You can see that too. And then you got people wielding those devil fruits too. Samurai Gani, Saint Mars, Jupiter, it's a whole chaos going down in that just down the egghead right now. Just it's ridiculous. It's just your only priority right now, as Edison says, is just get off the island right now. Get off there. Just get out of get off the island, or regroup with the Straw Hats, because Nami even is waiting on Zoro and Jinbei just to get there. And if they're not there, then they're going to be left behind. Or not left behind, but that's going to impede them escaping, basically. And everybody got to get off the island. You got five elders, like I said, trying to kill them, eradicate them more or less, including Luffy and Robin. And they're already strong as hell as it is. So it's even taking Luffy a bit of effort, extremely effort, and the Giants just to push them back or beat them back. Hell, you even got the other Giants try to hold down Samurai Gani down, even Bonnie, but that didn't work. Hell, and they're big too, somehow. So, shit, that's pretty much everything. I mean, the one thing that surprised me is Foxy, which I don't know why the hell he's in this series in the first place. I thought he got capped off a long time ago. I forgot all about him. That's just to show you how insignificant his character is in this manga. Just like, who? Because even I forgot about all the other One Piece characters, but him, yeah, no. And I don't like him too. But if you like this video, subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Hit that like button. Share it. Share this video too, because I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know what's happening in One Piece anime and manga. And comment down below if you think the Straw Hats will make it off this island. Just comment Straw Hat, basically. And thank you for watching this video. See you later, and see you next adventure. Later.